Matt deliberately damaged his car's bumper and then drove it to the repair shop. While the mechanic was fixing his car, Matt took advantage of the mechanic's inattention and stole some spare parts, which he planned to use to create a weapon. Once back home, Matt quickly dismantled the stolen components and hammered them into the desired shape. He then stacked the rollers and fitted a casing over them, completing the construction of a sniper silencer. Next, Matt began forging the gun barrel using parts he had purchased on the black market. After a complex assembly process, a superb sniper rifle was built. The most critical step followed. He polished the bullet tips until they were smooth, and then drilled a small hole in each one. Finally, he dropped mercury into the bullets. The purpose of this was to ensure that even if the bullet didn't hit a vital spot, the toxicity of the mercury could still be lethal. However, Matt had no intention of using this gun himself, as it had been custom ordered by someone else. When the appointed time for the transaction arrived, Matt went to the designated location to deliver the gun as agreed. Initially, Matt thought the deal would go smoothly, but the buyer requested to test the gun. Matt agreed without much thought, but he was utterly astonished to discover that the buyer's speed at loading the gun was 3 seconds faster than his own, even though he was a special agent. Even when Matt deliberately misaligned the scope, the buyer still accurately hit the bullseye. This instantly made Matt realize that the other party was undoubtedly a professional assassin. Matt recalled that a few days earlier, he had submitted his resignation to the organization, but they had insisted that he complete this transaction before they would agree to let him go. Matt suspected that the organization might not let him off the hook. Fortunately, the buyer didn't exhibit any unusual behavior, and the two successfully concluded the deal. Looking at the cash in his hands, Matt realized that he might have been overthinking things. However, just as the buyer was leaving, she suddenly received a mysterious phone call. The unknown person instructed the buyer to eliminate Matt. At that moment, Matt also seemed to sense the danger and decided to leave the city with his girlfriend. Little did he know that a sniper scope was already trained on him, and the person behind it was none other than the female assassin with whom he had just made the transaction. The assassin, focused on her target, resolutely pulled the trigger. But to her utter shock, the gun unexpectedly exploded in her hands.